right, welcome to this quick lesson here. I'm going to give you just a quick a quick little demo of something that is very practical, super fun to play. You're going to love doing this. Take a look at what you're going to learn. This is a backup pattern that you can use. The applications are limitless. If you just want to fill when you're playing, if you want to play along to people who are singing, if you want to learn to play by ear, I use this a lot in church. You know, when junior church, Sunday school, it's kind of opening assembly to kind of cut the silence and get people excited. You just play this. And you go right into a song. And you can just, as they're singing, just back them up, play along. This is a great foundation for accompanying singers. And you learn this. The applications are just limitless. So I don't have a lesson sheet here because I'm just going to show you the basic pattern. We're going to be done. It's not going to spend a whole lot of time. I want you to get the basics of this, and then we'll start adding stuff to it. I mean, once you get the foundation, then we can get into a lot more stuff like the foundation is there, and then once you have that foundation, you can build upon it, you can expand it once you get better. But it is tricky at first. All right, the concept is there's a bit of a offbeat here, and it's hard. It can be a challenge to get at first. Once you get it, though, it is so fun to play. So take a look at what we're doing. I'm going to show you, for convenience, in the key of F. And just for reference, the key of F seems to be very singer-friendly when you're singing with a group of people. A lot of songs they're perfect in the key of F. Doesn't get too high and doesn't get too low very often. It's not always the case, but very often that is just a very singer-friendly key. So I went into I'll Fly Away there. That's a pretty good range right there. Get much lower than that. Alright, so F is a pretty good place to start. And it's an easy key. It's got a lot of sharps or flats, so let's start there. This is the pattern. We play the 1 chord by playing the 1 and the 5. Okay, so let's think of the 1 chord. We're in the key of F. The 1 chord is the triad built on the first degree of the scale. Remember your F scale. This is an intermediate lesson, so if you're, if this is kind of going over your head, go back and look at the lesson on the key of F, and it'll bring you up to speed a little bit. But here's your F scale. Your first note is here. Here's your 1 chord. We're going to play the 1 chord, but the left hand is going to play the 1 and the 5. We're just going to alternate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The right hand is going to fill, it's going to play in between each beat. It's going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I refer to this many times as the boom chuck method, or the boom chuck pattern, because it's like boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck. So let's try that. Try to bring that up to speed, and just play it on the F chord. All right, and this is the range you want your left hand to stay in. Right around here, it just sounds good as playing that bass pattern. Then you can play. Of course, you can play really this anywhere. You can come up here. You can fill out the octave. But for right now, let's just play it that inversion, that in this spot, and let's practice what I just showed you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so there is the basic pattern. All right, let's speed it up, and you'll see how fun it starts to sound. It's going to get pretty boring. You're just playing one key, one note. So remember, in a key, the main chords are the 1, 4, and 5. The 1, 4, and 5 are your major chords. 2, 3, and 6 are your minor chords, and then your 7 chord is that minor flat 5, or the diminished chord. So in the key of F, we're going to be using the F chord, F, A, and C, the 4 chord, B flat, D, and F, and the C chord, which is the 5. Remember, the 5 has that 7th you can add to it. The only chord in the key that has that dominant 7th, it's the 5 chord, and that will push you back. It wants to resolve to the F. All right, so there's your 3 major chords. So let's try changing it. Now, once you get comfortable doing this, you're comfortable with that offbeat feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and let's try changing it. All right, every measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and here's the 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and now here's the 4 chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now practice. Just get that into your hands and being able to move back and forth. Try different patterns. Very often you're going to find that songs go from the 1 to the 4 to the 5 back to the 1. A lot of fun to play. Now, another thing you can do is try to implement this into a song you know. All right. Let's see here. How about Happy Birthday? Let's see if we can just jam it together and figure out. Let's see if we can hear those chord changes and just playing the basics. Let's play the 1, 4, and 5 and see how it goes. So, in the key of F, let's see. All right, here we go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear so-and-so. Happy birthday to you. There you go. And of course, that was just the basics. But you can kind of hear when you break it down to these very simple chords. You can hear the chord changing and hear the movement. You can hear it's going to that 5 chord and leading back to the 1. So practice playing this pattern on certain songs. One other thing that I want to show you, and this is after you get very comfortable, and you can bring up to speed. This is really fun to do. You can start adding walks to get from one chord to the other, and this changes the game. Let me show you how this sounds. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about what I'm doing with the left hand. There's 2 ways to get to the 3 chords. We're always starting on the 1 chord, and we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can either go up to get to a 4 chord, or go down to get to the 4 chord. Go up or go down. I'm sorry, my keyboard doesn't really light up down there in the bass, so I know you're missing some of those notes. But I'll move it up here to show you. You want to stay down here, when you're playing. But just so that you can see the notes light up and I'm not getting out of the keyboard range here, I'm going to play them up here. Alright, so you can either go up to your 4 or down to your 4. If you go down to your 4, you've got 4 notes. So it lines up perfect with 4 beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, like that. So you can play eighth note runs, and I think they sound much better, especially in the style. If you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. They don't sound bad when you do quarter notes, but I just think that the eighth notes sound much better. Here we go. Listen again. Alright, so if you're going to go up, if you're going to go from your 1 to your 4 and you're going to go up, then you've only got 3 notes. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold 1 twice as long as the others. Alright, if you're doing eighth notes, it'd be 1, 2, and 3, 4. Alright, watch again. 1, 2, and 3, 4. If you're going to go down, 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Or many times you'll start on the third beat to get to that change on the first beat. So it's 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here's the difference. Let's go up to the fourth, alright? It'd be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Let me slow it down. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. You might have a hard time lining this hand up with the left hand as you're doing these runs, but remember, these want to come in on all the ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. You're going to feel like you need to play them on the first beats, alright? You're going to feel like you're going to start doing these runs. You feel like they just need to line up. But it doesn't sound nearly as good if you're not playing them on the off beats. So really concentrate on getting this on that off beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Alright, so there's some ideas. Now, same thing, if you're going from the 1 to the 4, you're going to go up. You've got 3 notes, so you're going to hold 1 longer. 1, 2, and 3. Or 3, 4, and 1. But if you're going to go to the 5 chord, you're going to go from the F to the C. Now it's in reverse. To go up, you've got 4 notes, but to go down, you've got 3. So it sounds like this. Down to the C, I need to play that pattern. When I'm going to go up to the C, I'm going to play all eighth notes. Make sense? Hopefully you're catching on to this. But once you get the feel of it, those runs are going to start to fall into place, and you're gonna if you're trying to get from this F to the B, it's going to make sense. F to the B flat, it's going to make sense to and you can even play those first 2 fast, and the last one hold it out. So you can go. But once you get the feel and you get the rhythm, you're counting it out 1 and 2, and then these runs will fall into place. Some other things you can do is you can do runs when you're not changing chord, right? You can play on the F. Say if you got a long couple measures of F. So lots of fun things you can do. One thing I like to do is go down and use that D. All right. So experiment, play around with it, have fun, but make sure if this is unfamiliar to you, this is hard, start slow. and don't get into any left-hand runs until you've got this nailed down pat. Switching chords. Make sure this is real comfortable. You'll have a blast when you learn this, and you'll be able to sit down, and this will help you play by ear, and you'll be able to sit down. People are singing, toes are tapping, people will start clapping, and you'll love playing. Just playing along while people are singing, filling in while people are. All right, so have fun with it.